Hello there. What would happen to your business if you were successful in 88% of the times you went to make a sale? Napoleon, great general from France, he was successful in 88% of the battles he entered, over 60 battles. He only lost when he became older. But what would the impact be to you? You could make sales 88% of the time. I'm going to show you some ways that he was successful. You can use those too. 6 traits Napoleon had. Number one, Napoleon was always learning. He was always reading and studying. He would study his enemies before he would get into a battle with them. He knew their geography. He knew about their customs, the kind of people they were. But he also knew about his opposing generals, how they act. By having that information, he could use that against them when he came to battle. What about you with your customers? Sure, you know your products and services inside and out. Good for you. But what about those customers? Do you know how they think? Do you know their decision process? Do you know how they make those decisions? Find out. You can use that information to help them and to help you. Number two, Napoleon competed with much larger armies, kind of like the Walmarts, the Amazons. How did he do that? He looked for their weaknesses. He studied. He looked for the cracks. Anything he could take to take advantage of them. If they were big armies, he had a smaller army at the time. He would break out his army into groups and attack small sections, overcome them, cut off the retreat lines. They would panic. They'd break down. He'd take over. You find the weaknesses with your competitors, especially your bigger ones. Is it their service? Is it their delivery? Is it their engagement with the customers? Something somewhere with them, there's going to be a crack in their armor. Find that, take advantage of that. Use your passion, use a plan, attack them, and you can beat them. Number three, he was a big organizer. He cheered on his soldiers. He loved them, and they loved Napoleon enough they would die for him. He made sure they had food, preparations, whatever they needed before he looked out for himself. You consider doing the same thing with your employees and with your customers. Take care of them first. If you'll show them that you're putting them number one, their needs and interests first, ahead of yours, they'll take care of you. Number four, Napoleon had an immense capacity to work and for detail. He would work days at a time and not even take a break. What's the significance of that for you? My dad would always tell me, when you're at work, be at work. When you're at play, be at play. When you're at work, don't be taking a long time talking to your friends. Tell them you call them back. And you're at play, don't think about work. Work takes up too much time and effort and money from you. It's a huge amount of each for it not to be taken seriously. Take work seriously, take play seriously. But also rest, get enough sleep, eat healthy, and think with a positive attitude. Napoleon believed in himself. He believed he was great, that his soldiers were great, that France was great. He had an aura when he walked on the battlefields. This is all from the book Waterloo by Robert Andrews. He believed in himself. Even when they were failing on the battlefield, he would cheer on his troops. His quote, that moral force rather than numbers will decide victory. Believe in what you're doing. Believe in your people. Believe in why you went into business. And use that passion and enthusiasm to keep people pumped up when things can be tough. The last thing, Napoleon was meticulous in his planning. He would walk the battlefields he was going to fight on. He would pick, by the way, where he was going to meet the enemy. They didn't pick, he picked. He would walk that with one of his aides, and then he'd have them write down, if the infantry runs in here, we're going to use plan A. Cavalry comes over here, we're going to use plan B. If we're overwhelmed, we're going to go to plan C. You then take all those notes and make a blueprint of the battle with every possible outcome of everything he could consider the enemy would do. And then he would have a list of responses for that. Imagine if you were that meticulous when you went out to see your customers, that you knew how they thought, the other decisions they may make with other competitors and how you could overcome that. And if they said no, or I want to think about it, what if you had a plan A, B, and a C to keep in touch with that customer and win their business? Business is tough, but you can win up to 88%, like Napoleon, if you do the planning behind it. If you like this video, comment, get back to me on it, send it to a friend of yours. Also, if you need some help, I'll give you a free 30-minute coaching session. You'll leave with 3 steps that'll give you a clearer idea of how to move forward with your business, or to help you with these 6 tips, Napoleon's. Believe in yourself. You're worth the effort. Thanks for watching.